Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and this is Raspberry Reads. I'm doing a different type of video today. I had intended to film some recommendation videos for you, but I'm just not quite there yet in terms of what I want to recommend to you. I know that sounds a bit mysterious, but I want to take my time and make sure that I'm recommending good books to you. So what I thought I would do instead is just do a little check-in video. This video that I'm filming right now is going to go up at the start of November, and I just wanted to consolidate all of my reading in my own mind because I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. I've overcommitted, and I thought I would share that with you. So yeah, without any further rambling, I'm just going to let you know what I'm currently reading and what I hope to finish by the end of 2025. So first up, and I've mentioned this book already on my channel, is Wakenhurst. This is by Michelle Paver. So I'm reading Wakenhurst as an ebook right now, and I think I'm 60% through. And this book is historical fiction, and I suppose like mystery and gothic. So it crosses quite a few genres. There's a lot of sort of folkloric elements as well. And Wakenhurst is about a young girl named Maud, and Maud lives in a manor house with her very strict and religiously minded father. This is set in early 1900s. And so Maud lives in this manor house by a fen in England, outside the town of Wakenhurst. Her father, who is Edmund Stern, is a scholar, an historian, and he's also sort of like a main member of this community. And this book so far is all about Maud's coming of age, realizing how difficult a relationship she has with her father, and also some secrets from her father's past, her family past. And Edmund in particular is her father is very nervous about the fen. And so that sort of plays into the mystery element of this book. Yeah, totally gothic, really atmospheric for this time of year. Wakener has just been on my to-read list for years. It came out in 2019. Just looking at Goodreads here, it has a 3.87 rating. I would say, thus far, over halfway through, I would agree with that. I think I'd probably put this at around 4 stars. But it's definitely got my attention. I like the formatting of the writing, how it looks at Maud's perspective in the narrative, and then it switches to her father's historical analysis and also his diary entries. So yes, lots of like supernatural themes, perfect for spooky season, and I'm really looking forward to finishing this book. So yeah, Wakenhurst is a priority for me to finish by the end of November, I would say. Another book that I'm well halfway through now, I think 2/3 of the way through, and I'm really enjoying it, is Marina by Carlos Ruiz-Zafón. And this was a book that was recommended by my lovely viewers. So thank you for recommending Marina. I was looking for a spooky season read, and Marina does just that. Very similar to Wakenhurst, actually. We're looking at a gothic read. And Marina is set in the 1980s, I believe. Yeah, I think it's set in the 1980s, and it follows a teenage boy named Oscar who meets a young girl named Marina, and they both live in Barcelona, and there's lots of really creepy things that are going on in this book. I don't even really know what's going on right now, and I like that. I like that I can't figure out, is this a spooky ghost story with like legit ghosts? Or is it more of like a psychological thriller where you're not quite, things look like they're ghosts, but they're not actually. There's a rational explanation. and I don't know yet. So I'm really enjoying that aspect about Marina. And I'm hoping to finish this actually by the end of October because I think it's the perfect read to read around Halloween. Yeah, Marina is, I would say, I think the author intended this book to be more of like a YA book. And I would say it is accessible in that sense. It's not very long. The language isn't overly complicated. So if you're looking for a YA read, then I think Marina would be a good choice, whereas Wakenhurst deals with a lot more sort of like mature themes and the writing is a little bit more dense. Then I also have The Book Thief. So I started reading, I've got a copy now, so I started reading The Book Thief as an ebook on Libby. I was taking too long, having to renew it, having to wait too long for the renewal, so I ended up just picking up this copy off of Vinted for £1. And I haven't really continued with it as far as I know. No, so I'm exactly where I'd left off on the ebook. I'm on page 250, so I'm around just under halfway through this book. Really enjoying The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. So this is set in the Second World War. It follows Liesel, who's a young girl who lives with a foster family, and they get into a tricky situation, just thinking about the context of Nazism in Germany. I'm trying to like summarize without giving it away. But the main interesting point about this book is that Liesel steals books, hence The Book Thief, and that it's narrated by Death. It's a really well-known book. I'm enjoying it, but I want to take my time with it. So hopefully I can finish this by the end of 2025. Okay, and I think I'm labeling this video I've overcommitted because I really have. I don't know what I was thinking, but I decided to pick up another audiobook on Libby, and I have gone with, drumroll, Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. So if any of you have read Wolf Hall or listened to it, or if you've seen a copy lying around, you know that this is a commitment. I don't know how many pages this is as a physical book, but it is a 24-hour audiobook. Yeah, what was I thinking? But I am enjoying it so far. I'm about 10-15% of the way through. If you're not familiar, Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel is a classic work of historical fiction. It looks at Henry VIII and Cardinal Wolsey and Thomas Cromwell, and how the Church of England came to be during the Tudor period, with Henry wanting to get a divorce. So I think the reason why this book is so renowned and well respected is just the attention to detail and complexity that so far seems to be executed really well by Hilary Mantel. So it's popular for a reason. It's quite a complicated piece of history to try and wrap tidily in a work of historical fiction. And so far I am enjoying it. And actually I am enjoying the audiobook. I think I have the second, possibly the third in the series in the Wolf Hall series, but they're in physical form, and I've always just been a little bit reluctant to jump into a book that chunky. So I thought, okay, well, if I just listen to it bit by bit, maybe that will be the way to go. And so far it is. It's interesting because it's giving me flashbacks to when I did my first undergraduate course in the history of Britain, and one of the books that I read, now I don't have it with me and I can't quite remember, but yeah, I read this random book in that class that was either about Thomas More or Thomas Cromwell. And they're related in this period of history, and it's really bugging me now that I can't remember which one I learnt about in school. But in any case, I did cover this period of history in quite a lot of detail. And so it's nice to refresh my memory with a 24-hour audiobook. So yeah, wish me luck with Wolf Hall. Hopefully I'll finish it by Christmas, but we'll see. And just because, you know, I'm a glutton for punishment, another chunky book that I need to finish in about 5 weeks' time is The Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles. So this is our pick for my book club. This book is 560 something pages and I've barely started it. I love Amor Towles' writing. A Gentleman in Moscow is one of my favorite books. So I'm sure I will enjoy this. It's just the commitment to reading this much in such a short period of time that has me a little bit anxious. But yeah, so The Lincoln Highway is also historical fiction. It is set in the 1950s in America, and it's all about a cross-continent journey. And so it says 18-year-old Emmett runs home after serving a short sentence for involuntary manslaughter. Along with his younger brother Billy, he decides to embark on a road trip to find his long-lost mother. But as Emmett and Billy depart, they're joined by two runaways from the youth work farm, Duchess and Wooly, who have followed Emmett all the way to Nebraska with a plan of their own, one that will take the four of them on an unexpected and fateful journey in the opposite direction to New York City. Sounds interesting. We were all very keen to read this in book club. I hope I can finish it in 5 weeks. I'm going to start prioritizing this one. So yeah, hence the title. I've overcommitted. Yeah, so we've got Wakenhurst Marina, The Book Thief, Wolf Hall, and The Lincoln Highway. 5 reads on the go. Several of those are chunky. Aiming to get them done in like a month and a half. So yeah. And meanwhile, I get distracted and want to read other things all the time. So this is my plea. Please keep me accountable. Help me focus to try and get these 5 books finished before the end of 2025. Do you have this problem? If so, let me know in the comments below. What books are you trying to finish by the end of 2025? And otherwise, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you're reading, and I'll see you soon in a new video. Take care. Bye.